Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Jake Paul just called out Anthony Joshua. I will effing beat Anthony Joshua's ass. He doesn't have a chin, he has no skill, and he's a stiff.
Come on, man.
I'm just telling what the man said, Ocho. I didn't say it. You make it seem like I called out Anthony Joshua. He said, I'll beat his effing.
Listen, there's levels to everything. I love Jake Paul. I love everything Jake Paul has done, in his own right, in entertaining and in finding a lane and space for what he loves to do, and the passion and work and discipline that he's put into the sport of boxing and combat sports in general. But we talk about the elites. We talk about the elites at their craft. It's not going to happen. If I'm not mistaken, I think Jake fought the closest,
Tyson Fury brother,
Tommy Paul, the closest person to actually
Fury.
Tommy. If you want to challenge someone with the one loss you have. Take him out. Take him out.
Yeah, he too big. Anthony Joshua too big for you.
Way too big. And
bro, you talking about 245? What does Jake Paul wear, Ocho? 210, 215? He might weigh 220.
Sure. But listen, again, I love Jake Paul. I love what he's done, in his lane, in the sport, in combat sports and boxing in general. But you biting off more than you chew. You biting off more than you can chew, man. I love it though. One thing you do need in anything you do that he does have is confidence and belief in yourself. Confidence and belief in yourself. It's no different than me feeling like I could beat James Harrison. It's no different. But
you can get money.
Huh?
The thing with Jake Paul, he brings money.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you saw what, 60,000 showed up at what, 60,000 watched Netflix. What, I mean, I don't know whether it's 60,000 at Jerry World or how many, 300,000 watched Netflix. Yeah. All I know is that he bring eyeballs and people show up to watch him fight. Maybe they show up to watch him lose, but at the end of the day, they're paying money to get into the arena.
Listen, he's created himself and made himself the villain. He's made himself the villain. And the fact that everybody's tuning in to see him lose, he's in a great space and he's in a great lane. So what he's doing it the right way. He's doing it the right way.
Yeah. Ocho, a debate went viral on Twitter asking, should parents make their kids pay bills if they work a job? And the response went viral saying, I'm just going to say it. This is a big problem in the Black community, and we have to stop it. A lot of parents need help with their bills, so they take the money from their kids and disguise it as teaching them responsibility, and it's actually pretty effing ridiculous. Ocho, what do you think?
You got to teach your kids responsibility at some point. You have to. I think if they're staying with you after the age of 18, now if they're saving up, I wouldn't make my kids, if they need to stay with me after the age of 18, are you saving up to get yourself a place? You have to have some sense of responsibility. I'm not going to always be around. So you're gonna have to be able to fend for yourself. I can teach you how to fish. I can teach you how to fish so you know how to do it when I'm not around. Now, if I do everything for you and still coddle you and have you up under my roof and you not having any type of responsibilities and you go out there in the real world, you're going to be lost. We can't have that. We can't have that. We got to have some type of structure and discipline and method on how things are to go as a grown adult. You have to. But being under my roof and making sure, allowing you to save your money and get yourself together until you're ready to go on your own and be an adult, start a family, whatever it may be, I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
Yeah. I mean, Ocho, I helped my grandmother with bills, but she didn't ask me to. I just felt it was the right thing to do because I saw my grandmother struggling. I'm making money. And so what? I'm going to continue to watch her struggle. Now, she's struggling trying to put food on the table for us. She's struggling trying to put get clothes on our back. So here I am. I got a job, and I'm not making a whole lot of money, but $10 was a lot of money back in the 70s. $20 was a lot of money back in the 70s. So I'm working two jobs. Hey, I mean, I remember the first time I got a job, I was 5 years old. I was walking behind the tobacco picker in the tobacco field. 1973, 1974. And from that time, I started walking behind the backer picker to carrying a row to doing that. So I'm working 10, 12 hours a day doing that. Come home, shower, me and my cousin, we play basketball, and then go catch chickens for another 3-4 hours.
Right.
3-4 hours.
And the chicken was $1, $1 a chicken, right?
$1 1,000. So we catching 8 to 12,000 a night. That's $12. Right. Now you only count chicken between Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because Friday was the last day. There is nothing going on Saturday. So you started, so they were going to be there. No, actually, Thursday was the last day. Thursday was the last day. You didn't catch on Friday because they were off on Saturday and Sunday. Because the chicken that you caught Sunday, they were there for the crew. The plant was operational Monday through Friday. So you caught Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then they did. And so, hey, I'm bringing home $5 a day plus half a day on Saturday, $27.50 plus we catch 8 to 12,000 4 nights a week. So I'm making maybe $60, but I'm working a ass load of hours.
Hey, listen. Okay. Back then, you know how far you could stretch $60 back then?
Yeah.
Man, stop playing.
So even if I didn't help her, Ocho, guess what? I bought my own school clothes. Yeah. There ain't a whole lot of 8, 9, 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds buying their own school clothes. Well, who else was going to get them? What the hell I was working for?
Hey, hold on.
I'm working, going to hold my money. I'm going to hold my money in my pocket. I'm watching my grandma struggle.
I got a question.
Please.
What kind of clothes you wore back then? Like Jordache?
No. Sears and Roebuck.
Okay. I know.
We had them tough skins. But hey, then as I got older, Lee jeans were in.
Okay, yeah.
You had Sergio Rigoletto. You did have, yeah.
Hey,
yeah, you had Levi's and stuff like Izod. You had Polo. You had Dark Side.
Did you ever have a pair of Rules? Please tell me you had Rules with the zip on the side.
I didn't.
You know what Rules are, right? Kangaroos.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Walter Payton had kangaroos.
You ain't had none of them.
Please. No, I didn't have the kangaroo. We had Chuck Taylor. Okay. Back then, Ocho, the Chuck Taylors, the white. You had the highs and you had the lows, but you had them in all different colors. They came in black, they came in red, they came in blue, they came in green. So you got mainly. I only had the white. I had the highs and the lows, and I got had a blue pair.
Hey, you know what's funny? But they go with everything. It don't matter what you put on. You wear the black pair, you wear the white pair. They go with everything.
Yes. And so like I said, for me, and I get it. I mean, I can see her point. Trying to teach responsibility, but I was teaching myself responsibility. Right. Because my whole purpose, like, man, I see my grandma struggling. She working that job, making $197 every 2 weeks, and she's, working in a nursing home, the very nursing home that she ended up living her final days, the last 2 years of her life. Nah, man, I couldn't in good conscience. I could not in good conscience have money in my pocket and then have my grandma worried about, I don't know how I'm going to pay this bill. I don't know, the phone. I don't know about the gas. I don't know about the lights. Man, please. So I took it upon myself. And that is still my responsibility to this day, is to make sure my family is taken care of. But, hey, my kids and their moms have done a great job helping them understand that's your daddy money. Now, if he chooses to give you some, that's on him. But y'all don't know, I owe you an education. Right. And I gave you the best education because all of you, for the most part, you didn't stay, but you started out in private school and you had college paid for. You got a car. You left college with no debt, no student loans, no car loans.
Yeah. Same.
Now, anything I do after that, that's out of the kindness of my heart. But I don't owe you anything. Now, hopefully, you learned a lot from your mom and from your dad to be self-sufficient. Now, I'm not gonna let you drown.
Nah, never that.
Or at least, you might think you're drowning.
Matter of fact, hey,
I might let you take on some water.
Matter of fact, my baby. Remember, I told you my daughter at Prairie View A&M. She graduated. She graduated May 16th. Wait, May 16th to May 17th. Remember what I told you she wanted for graduation, huh?
Yeah.
That G-Wagon. So we had a conversation when I was with all the kids. I told her, I say, listen, she done made the dean's list, the honor roll, she done made everything. So I'm like, well, listen, now what you want? Now you say you wanted a Mercedes. What is it? So I'm thinking she was gonna say G-Wagon. And she said, no, Daddy, I don't really want no G-Wagon. I say, well, what happened? What made you change your mind? He say, I think it's too much. The maintenance. Uh, I just think I just want a starter. Just give me a C300. I say, now we talking. Now we talking. You want a white one? I could tell them to make your interior pink, with the AK stitched in the seat and all
Yeah.
that.
Ocho, what happened when she got to get rid of it? You better hope she sell it to another AKA. The hell you talking?
Oh, that's funny.
Man, I know. But when we come to Ocho back then, guys used to get the headliner, get Gucci,
Oh yeah,
get
you remember
MCM.
that?
I said, well, you better.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I remember that. I said, well, you better hope. Hey, get their initials black. I said, you better hope you find another dude named Black that
Right.
want to buy it, because I promise you go back get the great cross the coals trying to sell it. This episode of Nightcap is brought to you by Cologuard, a non-invasive colon cancer screening test. Did you know colon cancer is considered one of the most preventable yet least prevented cancers? When caught in the early stages, colon cancer has a survival rate of 90%. So screening and early detections are key to reducing overall colon cancer deaths. That's why the American Cancer Society recommends that if you're at average risk, you begin screening for colon cancer at age 45. And a convenient way to do that is with Cologuard test. The Cologuard test allows you to be in control of your colon cancer screening through prescription-based tests delivered to your door with none of the prep that's required for a colonoscopy. No liquid prep, no days off, no invasive procedures. Plus, Cologuard test is affordable. Most insured patients pay $0, and a follow-up colonoscopy is needed after a positive Cologuard test. This is usually covered by insurance also. So if you're 45 years of older and at average risk, you can ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Cologuard test. You can also request a Cologuard prescription today at Cologuard.com/podcast. The Cologuard test is intended to screen adults 45 and older at average risk for colorectal cancer. Do not use Cologuard test if you have had adenemas, have inflammatory bowel disease, and certain hereditary syndromes, or personal or family history of colorectal cancer. The Cologuard test is not a replacement for colonoscopies. High-risk patients' Cologuard test in adults 45 to 49 is estimated based on a large clinical study of patients 50 and older. False positives and false negatives can occur. Cologuard is available by prescription only. Syracuse football head coach Fran Brown has a policy that his players must save 40% of their NIL checks. There's no way as a coach that I'm going to pay you a lot of money and then you're going to walk away from here with no money. Says during the upbringing in Camden, New Jersey, it could have been a difference in paying rent, keeping the lights on, buying food for his siblings. What you think? You like that, Ocho?
That. I like that because at some point, especially when you're that young, kids these days don't understand financial literacy. They get the money, they spend the money. They have this mindset that worth and value is based on aesthetics and accessories that you purchase. That makes you feel like you were greater than, and makes you worth, or it makes you feel special. I want kids to understand, especially people in the chat, that a lot of players and athletes today, regardless of sport that they play, they feel that they have to live way above their means based on the type of money they're making. People in the chat, players that see this, there is nothing, I guarantee you and I promise you, there is nothing you can buy that holds more weight or value than your name alone. Nothing.
No.
Nothing than the name that's on that birth certificate. Because when you take off all that designer, all the jewelry, all the watches, that in itself is the value. It is. Your car, your Lamborghinis and your Rolls Royce and your iced out watch and your chains and all, man, that shit don't mean nothing, man. Nothing. The true value, can you get the same reaction without the car, without the clothes, without the jewelry? Can you still pull the same chicks? That's your value. That's your real worth. Can you still do the same things you do with all the accessories, aesthetics on when you don't have it on? Yeah, come on, man. Stop playing, man.
Ocho, see, the thing is with me, people like, I don't like money. I like freedom. Freedom is what you get when you have money. Those are two different things. Some people just want money. I want freedom.
Hey, financial freedom is a beautiful thing, huh? And a lot of people, we look
It
at, listen, we
absolutely
look at all
is.
the numbers. We look at these huge, gargantuan contracts, you know, still to this day, the
Yeah.
money keeps going up, right? And one thing that has
Right.
changed when you look up statistically, the same amount of players are still going broke 2 years removed from the game, even though the money continues to rise. So all that's
Yeah,
telling me
that's
the fact
absurd.
that nothing is changing from a financial standpoint because there's no structure and discipline when it comes to spending. Because our mindset is, well, if you give me more, I won't go broke.
Yeah.
But if you ain't
No.
got no financial,
You just
if you ain't
spend
got no
more.
financial discipline, it don't matter how much I give you, because you're just gonna keep on spending.
Exactly. The more you make, the more you'll spend. Because you're like, oh man, I got this now. I
Hey,
can
Unc,
do
it
this.
goes so fast, Unc, man. It goes so fast. Before you look up, you got an entourage. You got an entourage. You the golden goose. You got to feed everybody else. You go shopping, now you got to buy everybody else something. You go to the club, you spending 40,
Yes.
50,000 in the section buying bottles. You got a bunch of chicks, you know, trying to impress them for what? For what? They done Google how much you making. You ain't got to do nothing. Your name alone gonna get you the woman you want anyway. They gonna deal with you based off a name alone. You don't, man, what are we doing? Man, stop playing.